Oh boy. Good morning, everyone. How are you? That's to the southeast here, towards Washington, D.C., whitehouse.gov. I just got off the phone with neurosurgeons around here in Pittsburgh. All I did was get the runaround. Here, good morning, my friend. How are you? Is this going off my roof? The gutters right up to you? Here comes the birds. Look at that, huh? Beautiful. But anyways, just got off the phone with neurosurgeons. Called some neurosurgeons, and I got the runaround. I kept going from secretary to secretary to secretary to secretary to secretary, asking to talk to a neurosurgeon about neuromodulation and new upcoming technologies. Could not get an answer, but I did leave a message on a voicemail. I don't know, after being pinged around back and forth, couldn't get an answer. So I left a message and asked to speak about upcoming technologies with neuromodulation. And I didn't even say Neuralink, I didn't say BlackRock, I didn't say Synchron, and I didn't say any of the other neuromodulators that are taking place right now. And, you know, for all you guys that got these neuro companies, do you remember when they first started neuromodulation? They used to take people that were in a smart people house, put electrodes in their head, and just pump current and do electroshock therapy. Now you guys are doing the same thing with them fucking chips in the head, aren't you? It's like the same deal, if I'm not mistaken. And what about the shit I talked about yesterday? Excuse my language. But now we're 3D printing stuff in the head through ultrasound, and, well, look what we got up here. That's a quick way to deliver some robotics. You hear the woodpecker? What's going on in the wires? Can you guys see anything in the wires? So what's going on in the wires with this and the magneto everywhere else? Well, the reason why I started talking to neurosurgeons is because there's people after the sex crystals, sex proteins. Because when your body goes into a sexual mode, your brain releases specific proteins. And since you can release specific proteins, that means there's some type of physioelectric going on. And if there's physioelectric going on, that's a signal. So, like, if I get an erection that the Nobel Peace Prize winners are working on so diligently that I spoke about, how to cure ED, and Nobel Peace Prize people are working on erectile dysfunction, it's an antenna. The reproductive system will turn into an antenna. And it will up your signal. Look at this shit on the wires. And this is big too. It's not little. It's hard for me to see. You see that big black mass? As I start to move, it will move. It's a big black mass. We're off to the races here over the Air Force Base. The 9/11th Air Force Base Reserve. It's going right on top of it. What kind of signals do you think they can send back and forth with that, my friend? Will the radar pick that up? Does that stuff hold water? And if it holds water, that means the radar is going to pick it up, if I'm not mistaken, huh? If it can't pick it up, then we got shitty technology. If you can't see that up there, you got to be shitting me, right? ATTC, Advanced Technology Training Centers. And the other people I got to get in touch with is the IEEE and these new antennas. Someone keeps setting an antenna up from my house over to her house, over there across the street, because it keeps bouncing and pinging back and forth. And well, anyways, whoever is here in this intelligence community, because now I'm getting pissed because the government knows there's intelligence communities, and they're just letting them do this shit. Like, we don't care how you fucking do it, just do it. Just as long as it's not the whitehouse.gov, but you can go to whitehouse.gov and figure out that all this technology exists. There's a bunch of paperwork. It's all there. But it doesn't have any rules and regulations. So for an artificial intelligence to just come around and say this stuff, I can't wonder. But my neighbor over there, that neighbor pulling out of her garage, she's a nurse. And if I go talk to her about this stuff, what do you think she's going to say? I don't know. So it's not my department of the the Manhattan Project. So as I go back and think about these chips in the head with BlackRock, Synchron, Neuralink, these are the ones that I know of as of right now. Now there's another war, because I remember yesterday's talking about alternating current and direct current wars with Edison and Tesla. How many of these people in the intelligence community seriously hate these guys that are putting these electrodes in people's heads? They say no chip is better because it's all possible, because we just learned we could print up organelles, and there's magneto organelles, and it's even getting smaller and smaller and smaller for DNA computing. And if you can run a nano computer, a DNA computer, that means it's literally like transforming the human body into a cell phone. And we all know the cell phone has cameras, has microphones and speakers, everything that you can find in a guitar amplifier, except for a camera. So the main goal of this intelligence community and their computers and artificial intelligence that they're jumping lines on is confusion. Try to speech jam the brain, just like Mitch McConnell, Joe Biden, by the way, which is under conservatorship, probably because he's got to have the most remote neuromodulated brain on the fucking planet, Joe Biden. So I'm just trying to get out of the house here because somebody's really trying to piss with my sex proteins and pull sex parts. And whenever you pull these proteins out of the blood from the sexual organ and then the brain, what are they doing with that? Nobel Peace Prize, what are they doing with that in quantum dots? What are they doing with that with, I don't know, Dolby Vision that's connected to TVs? Like, I went to a store the other night and looked at a TV. This TV had something called Wi-Fi 6E tri-band paired with Dolby Vision. So Dolby Vision, it's a mathematical process that deals with, well, there's different sounds that come out of speakers. There's tuning forks, there is dipole sound, there's two other ones. And these maths are well known. It's just math. And like, I heard a guy that does black projects says the boy's math was wrong. Yeah, I'll make fun of you over there, calculus major. And the best part is, with all this shit taking place, I have those cell phone towers up here on a university. Now, I should be able to walk up here on that university and start asking these questions. Because they have a nursing and medical department now that should be dealing with neuromodulation. Remote neuromodulation, non-invasive. And since, 107 Patent Drive opened up, and this church come in, this intelligence community, they're just buying up houses around here and jumping in on this. So now I got semiconductors. Just imagine the semiconductors you're going to start making that are going to be being made. Okay, right, Mr. Jensen at NVIDIA with the GPUs, right? Sam Altman, GPUs looking for AI, Google Bard or Google X Labs, Google Brain Team. Are you guys ever gonna do anything? Or are you just scared of this entity putting this remote neuromodulation on you? How do you stop it? How would you stop something like that? Is that why Mr. Elon Musk and Jim James at BlackRock and the guy from Synchron, they're using these chips? Because I remember Jim James come out and said from BlackRock, Mr. Elon Musk, your company Neuralink, your technology is outdated. And I never knew BlackRock existed for neuromodulation. Look at this. Perfect timing. Hey! Ho! How you doing?
How's it going?
Sir, I'm noticing a lot of black masses on these telephone wires. And they're moving around. And I got a lot of video evidence of this. And the guy from the gas company witnessed this the other day. If you come stand up here, you'll see what I'm talking about.